Welcome to the fourth video of our soil testing series, where we'll look at soil pH. Soil pH, or the potential of hydrogen, is the measure of the acidity or alkalinity of the soil, and it's influenced by the soil parent material, past climatic events, annual rainfall, and management practice. Generally, the higher the rainfall, the more likely the topsoil will be naturally acidic. We can see this really well in this soil pH mapping, with the topsoil pH increasing in alkalinity, going from the yellow to that purple colour, as we move northwest into the lower rainfall zone. It's also reflected in the subsoil, which generally has a higher or more alkaline pH than the topsoil. Acidification of the soil is a slow, natural process and part of normal weathering. However, some farming activities can increase our rate of acidification of the soil. Soil pH is important to understand and manage as it influences the availability of nutrients to the plants. If the soil is too acidic or too alkaline, some nutrients required for good crop plant growth can become tied up in the soil, leading to deficiencies, and some that we don't want in the soil can be released, resulting in toxicity. Soil microbial activity can also be affected by pH. In strongly acidic soils, microbes direct more of the carbon consumed into respiration activities instead of efficiently using carbon for energy and growth. This results in soils having an increased release of carbon dioxide and less efficient biological activity. The pH scale goes from 1 to 14, with 1 being the most acidic and 14 being the most alkaline. A pH of 7 is considered neutral. The pH scale is also what we call logarithmic. I know, high school maths, but it's coming in useful here. What logarithmic means is that a 1-fold increase in pH signifies a 10-fold increase of acidity. Example, a pH of 6 is 10 times more acidic compared to a soil with a pH of 7. And a pH of 5 is 100 times more acidic than a pH of 7. pH can be measured in 4 main ways. The first 2 are laboratory tests: pH in water and pH in calcium chloride. pH in calcium chloride is the standard method of measuring soil pH, reflecting what the plant experiences in the soil. It has values that are normally lower than pH done in water, by about 0.5 to 0.9 of a pH measure. The final 2 methods are used in the field. That is a pH field kit or a pH meter. We will use a kit that can easily and cheaply be purchased from any local gardening store. pH values measured using a soil pH kit are similar to those measured in water and accurate to about plus or minus 0.5 of a pH unit. To test the pH of the soil, take 2 small samples from the soil from the side of the small hole dug from your selected paddock. One from about 10 centimetres and one from about 20 centimetres. Make sure that no plant material or stones are in your sample, because they'll just get in the way. Ideally, to get a more representative indication of the pH across the paddock, you would take at least 20 samples across the transect in the paddock. Mix them together thoroughly and then subsample from there. Open the purple liquid in the kit. This is the indicator dye, and cover the soil samples so they're just wet, stirring and mixing those up as you go. This will make a thick paste. Once you have your thick paste, take out the white powder, and this is called barium sulfate, and we're just going to dust that over the soil just enough to cover and bring up the soil colour. Now, you can take out the colour chart that's in the kit and match that to the corresponding colour to your top and subsoil samples to work out what the pH is. Here we can see that we have a pH of about 5.5. It's quite yellowy green. Here we've got a pH of about 7, very green, and here we've got an alkaline soil, a pH of about 9 because it's purple. And that's how we measure pH in the field. Now, using the Soil Health Scorecard, we can take the most extreme pH value and assess if the soil pH is poor, so a pH lower than 5, or greater than 8.5, and that gets a 1. Is it fair? A pH of about 5 to 6, and 7.5 to 8.5, and that gets a score of 2. Or is it good? A pH of 6 to 7.5, and that gets a 3. Soil pH has a weighting of 2, so we need to take our score and times it by 2, with this soil health factor being moderately influenced by decisions we can make as land managers. Soil that is too acidic can be treated with lime, or too alkaline with elemental sulphur. Keep in mind though that pH should only be changed to enhance introduced pasture or crop species. Native grasslands are perfectly adapted to the natural pH of the soil and don't require treatment.